Hey, Vito La Fata here with Fitness Profit Systems and the Fitnesspreneur's Life Show, and welcome back to how to take your business online. But today we're talking about part 2 about the online content principles. A lot of people want to go out there and start getting their message out, and then they wonder why do my blogs have no followers? Why does my Facebook have no followers? Why does my Twitter have no followers? Why is nobody responding to my email marketing? Why am I not getting hits on my website? When those are all the things that we want. We want people to be able to access our content, get it out there. We want them to engage with the content. We want them to feel it like hits a chord. It means something to them. It made them laugh. It made them cry. It educated them. It was something meaningful and purposeful to them. And it's often where we just don't ever sit down and think about what are the principles that go into the content that I put out there. Because without engagement in the content, you're never going to be able to turn around and make courses and products and programs that will sell. Because you won't have led people up to the buying decision. You won't have either struck a chord where they're like, God, I need that so bad. I'm struggling with this. I really wanted to finish that marathon. I just didn't get it done. I didn't train right. I got hurt during it and I never finished it. I really wanted it. And you never help them come along and see that, you know what? There is a way for you to do it. And maybe these are some of the classic mistakes, but this is what you could have done. This is what it would have felt like. And oh, by the way, I've got this course over here for you. There's a sequence to moving people to making a buying decision. It's not like you can just put up, and this is the classic mistake I see I cater to the fitness industry, but does this happen in other industries? Absolutely. But I'm talking to you as fitness professionals. This is the classic mistake everybody makes. They just put up a sales page, and it's not even a sales page. It's not even making the positioning of the product. There's no marketing to it. There's no communication. There's no opportunity. There's no transformation. There's no social. There's not. It just says, "Hi, buy this. I have a 6-week course on this. It comes with training. It comes with a meal plan. It comes with this. We're going to work out 3 times a week," and I did this. I used to do this all the time. That's why I know exactly what I used to F up myself all the time. And then you just put price, $279. And then you're like, why didn't anybody buy it? Don't they get how awesome this thing is? Why aren't they buying from me? It's because we never sit down and put the same level of learning to marketing, communication, and business the way we did to training, to biomechanics, to kinesiology, and to all those things. If you want to be successful in this going online, you got to decide right now that you're going to become a serious student of this. I'm going to try to do the best I can to shorten that learning curve for you, but you got to get serious about this. Now, when you're sitting down to creating your content, there's a couple things that you just want to simply understand as principles. There's 3 pillars to your content. And the first one is, yes, you want to educate people. You want to educate people. You want to take the great stuff that's in your head that you've studied, whether it was how to be an awesome soccer player, how to be a marathoner, how to help people lose weight, how to help people rehab, whatever your niche, your specialty, your thing is. You want to educate people about that. Remember we said in the last episode, we want to stop the one-to-one and we want to go one-to-many. This is your opportunity when you create PDFs and reports and video series and blog series to start moving people along a journey of understanding the knowledge that you have that is relevant to their struggles, frustrations, ambitions, and aspirations. Remember, they're in a before state. There's something that they're not happy with in that before state, and they want to go somewhere and be happier. Your content, your education process is meant to bridge that gap. When you start understanding that I'm not just going to sit down and write what I feel like saying, I'm going to sit down and write what is going to be relevant to my audience so I can help them solve a problem, move towards something that they desire, and I'm going to educate them on the steps to do it. Do you have to spill out everything? No, just enough to be valuable and to get them wanting more, because that's what's going to get them moving towards wanting your product. So you want to educate and you want to communicate. You want to communicate and articulate your marketing and your sales message. Yes, you better start liking marketing and sales. I'm sorry, you want to make money in this industry, you want to get past the trading the dollars for hours and just being the technician, because the online world is about the fact that they're not all going to always come to you physically in front of you. You're going to be able to create online programs and services and things to start working with that 6 billion people we talked about in that window. But if you can't communicate and articulate the reason why your program is better than others, or your service is better than others, or what you can do that's different than others, or what's unique about you, or how this program is going to solve whatever said problem, no one's going to buy your stuff, and then your content and your marketing and your stages are empty. You want to always think about, how do I communicate this? How do I connect this to the education that I've been delivering, or the struggles and frustrations? You're going to hear me say that so many times that it's like a broken record, because it's that important. When you understand your clients are struggling with something, and what matters to them is, can you solve that problem and then lift them up higher? Help them be like, you know what, my days are better now because of that program, because of that service, because you came into my life. You want to be able to communicate that. And then your mission online is to automate that process, to automate your content. Remember we talked about that one-to-one? Well, that's like the old Pony Express, where we got to get on a horse and go ride somewhere to deliver a message. And that takes a lot of time. In the online world, you can automate the process of this. From your blog to your email, you can write one blog and repurpose it into your email, repurpose it onto your site, repurpose it into your newsletter, repurpose it into your Facebook post, repurpose it into your Twitter post. That's how we get a lot more done. By saying, I take one piece of content, one video, I get it transcribed, I spin that into an email, into a blog, into a newsletter, into a Facebook post, and now I'm automating the process of distributing that message onto many different stages, but I did the work once. That's a process you got to embrace about this. So that means that, yeah, you got to learn. How do I start doing that stuff? How do I start taking my process? Do I have an email management system that allows me to automate my emails? Do I have a digital newsletter platform that allows me to have my template and then just go in and paste the stuff? Do I have a website that's easily updatable? These are the things that you got to start thinking about and getting serious about, and be like, maybe I got to start learning these tools, which we're going to talk about in the next episode, as compared to, do I need to know another way about how the anterior of my knee caves in? Because unless you can communicate what is going wrong with the knee to your members and educate them about why your product, they don't really care about why the knee is caving in unless you can communicate and articulate to them what it's doing for them. By the way, did you know that that knee caving in all the time is one of the reasons it's putting such stress on your piriformis, which is lighting up your back pain? If we can do something about that, we're going to be able to start helping that back pain. Now it's relevant to your clients if you work with clients with back pain. How you took something that you know from your trainer knowledge and made it relevant to them, but now what if you can automate that and write a blog on that, write an email on that, right? And now you're starting to get that out there, and people start finding that article or that blog about how knees can lead to back pain. And then they find your course on solving back pain. And that's just one of the things inside of there. That's how we take these things and be purposeful about them. That's content creation with meaning and purpose that eventually makes the sale. Ultimately, the only way you're going to grow your business is by making those sales. Now, when it comes to online content creation, there's another important steps that you want to do. You want to make sure that you're scheduling consistency. Schedule consistency. Because if you write one blog, but then don't write another blog for 6 months, no one's going to follow you. They're just not getting enough relationship and rapport education and communication from you to ever get to know, like, and trust you. Remember we talked about you need an authority positioning, you need trust and credibility. Well, nobody trusts you if you talk one day but don't talk for another 3 months. You posted up one thing on your blog, we haven't seen you in 3 months. You send out one email, but we haven't heard from you in 6 months. You made one Facebook post, but we haven't heard from you in 9 months. Nobody follows that, because that's a behavior of inconsistency. And that doesn't build trust and credibility. Then there's no authority, then there's no return on the investment of your time about going online. Then at that point, just don't bother. Stay in the situation of working for somebody else, where they give you the clients and you're just like, hey man, I just got to show up and do my work. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. If you've never read The E-Myth by Michael Gerber, important book to read, because the difference between wanting to be the technician, the trainer, and then wanting to be the business owner or entrepreneur. And the quickest way to go broke is to not know the difference between those two things. I know I went through it with my business partner. Great technician, not a great entrepreneur. Almost cost us both going broke. I try to save as many people as much pain as possible by saying, identify which one you're at and make that decision critically and honestly, and you're going to be able to go for it. Just an extra little tip for some entrepreneurial knowledge that you want to throw in there. Now, third thing when it comes to this online world, if you're going to go out there and you're going to get serious, remember I said we're going to get serious about this, right? So if you're going to get serious about this, the third element is you must make a commitment to this. You must make a commitment. Listen, we ask our clients to make a commitment to fitness and wellness, don't we? And it pisses us off when they don't make the commitment. They're in, they're out, they're in, they're out, and then they wonder why they struggle. And you're like, come on, man, you just got to stay consistent with your eating. You just got to stay consistent with your fitness, and you'll get there. Well, this online world, you better get committed to this. You better get committed to the consistency of scheduling. I don't care if you're putting a post out, start realistically. Once a week. Then you can build up to maybe 2-3 times a week. Only serious internet marketers get to the level of creating 7 times a week communication. I generally don't recommend that in this industry. I recommend more of that, like 1 to 3 to 5, just as you progress. But the consistency of that means that you got serious about it and you made a true commitment to it. That's like getting that many workouts in, that many good solid meals in. That's what's going to feed your online business. Because if you think you're just going to come in and dabble in this, you're going to get dabble results the same way your clients do. Your clients that dabble in fitness, how do? They struggle, right? They're in it, but they're never really getting the results. You got to decide not to dabble and to make a commitment. Because looking at these tools, learning how to speak and articulate in your emails, how to communicate, how to automate, is a learning curve. So if you want to get online, decide to strap in. Decide to strap in and be like, I'm going to get serious about this stuff, and I'm going to start learning, and I'm going to start setting aside the time to do that. Now, of course, there's tips, tricks, shortcuts, easier things to do, so you don't got to walk the long road, but the industry is moving this way. Markets are moving this way. Economies are moving this way. People are buying this way, most importantly. So either decide that I'm going to commit, get serious, and start learning this stuff, or it's just going to be a lot of wasted time, wasted money. If you want to cross that hurdle and start heading towards that finish line of your business, where it's out there, it's making a difference, it's running on autopilot, it's giving you that lifestyle that I always talk about, that fitnesspreneur's life, where you can launch your business, launch your income, and launch your lifestyle at will, this is what's required. So as we go start looking into, I'm going to talk to you in this next episode about some tools that you can do to set up those big 5 stages, some little tricks, tips, websites, different things that you can look at, but it's all going to be for naught. You'll invest in getting opt-in pages, you'll invest in setting up a Facebook page and all that stuff, and then you won't follow these things and it's not going to work. And we don't want that. So what I'm asking you to just look at is think about a schedule for yourself right now and a little implementation exercise. Like, I'm going to make the commitment to post or create content how many times a week. Better to set the expectation of once a week with your people than 3 times a week and not be able to meet it. So I suggest starting with 1 time a week. 1 blog, article. You could spin it around into a bunch of different things, but one blog, one email that you can start communicating. One newsletter a month, one Facebook post a day, etc. What's that schedule going to be? Post that below. I'm going to be starting to make the commitment to post 1 time a day on this, 2 times on Facebook, whatever it is. Think about your big 5 platforms. I'm going to post 1 time a month in my newsletter. I'm going to post 1 blog a week. I'm going to make 2 to 4 posts on my Facebook. Even just starting with 1 post on Facebook, that's fine. Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is, post on that below so that you are writing in stone what your commitment to your consistent schedule is going to be, so you can go out there and educate, communicate, and automate your business and your lifestyle to go out there and make that big difference today. I look forward to seeing you in our 3rd installment of this How to Get Online. This is Vito with Fitness Profit Systems and the Fitnesspreneurs Life Show. I look forward to seeing you in our next episode.